Madurai, sir.
Yes, yes. Madurai Meenakshi temple है ना? That place.
One of my friend used to study there, sir, in Chennai, in NIFT.
I know that place, but there corona very high in that place now.
Yes, sir.
Chalo beta. So let's start the topic
Yes, sir.
because we have very short time only. So today we need to complete this topic at least. So
Yes,
what
sir.
we are going to see today is structure of protein. You know that carbohydrate, lipid that does not have the structural importance, but for the protein, the structure is very important. Many times in our exam, this question came short notes on protein structure. So definitely, you can expect this question. If urea cycle is not going to come, protein structure may come in the exam. You must be able to write the answer for this question. So I'm going to explain protein structure. So basically, what you want to know is the protein is a complex molecule. The structure is very complex, but it is well organized structure. Protein structure is complex, but it is organized well. The protein structure can be divided under two headings. What first one is the shape of the protein molecule, the shape of the protein molecule, and another one is the internal structure of the protein. Like we are buying a bike, or we are buying a car, or we are building a house. So that is the outer structure of our bike, car, house. Like that, the first heading, shape of the protein molecule, specifically tells about the outer look, outer look of the protein molecule. Internal structure, inside the bike, inside the car, what type of engine is present, inside the house, how the interior designing is done. So that will be internal structure. So the protein key under kya components hai, what type of bond is present, what are the types of structures, chemical structure present inside protein. So these are the things will come in the internal structure. So explain in the two headings. One is shape of the protein, another one is internal structure of the protein. Now let's see the shape of the protein molecule. How we are finding the protein molecule shape? The shape of the protein molecule is find out by means of some kind of technique called birefringence X-ray diffraction. So this is one type of method used to find out the structure of protein. Another method that is you know very well, that is electron microscopy. So these are the two techniques which we are using in the laboratory to find the structure of the protein molecule. And it was found in the experiment, it was found that the protein structure is varying. It is not having a single structure. The protein molecule is having many structures. It is having many structures. The protein molecule, it does not have any one single structure. It is having many structure. Now, basically, the protein is molecules are classified based on the structure into two types. One is fibrous protein, another one is globular protein. Fibrous protein, another one is globular protein. So basically, the protein structure is divided into two types. One is fibrous protein, another one globular protein. Now I am going to show you the diagram of the fibrous protein and globular protein. So fibrous protein does not have any kind of like spiral. It is only straight structure, but you can see the globular protein. The globular protein is very having like a shape. It is having U shape like that. But fibrous protein is only like a single straight line or a curved line like structure. whereas the fibrous, the globular protein is somewhat complex in the structure. You can see the structure is like ribbon shape. Now let us see one by one in detail. First, we are going to see the fibrous protein. Fibrous protein basically insoluble in water. It does not undergo hydrolysis in the water. That's why it is called insoluble, because it is this fibrous proteins are forming the extracellular components. It is in some of the substances where this fibrous protein is on the outer layer. That's why that particular substance is not getting any damage, because water cannot enter inside, because this fibrous protein prevent the entry of water because it is insoluble in water. And a fibrous protein basically contains an elongated peptide chain. So the protein, the amino acid molecules in the fibrous proteins are joined together by means of peptide chain or a group of such chains. Okay, maybe single chain may be present, or there may be many groups of chains will be present, uniting all the amino acids, and it forms a elongated peptide chain. Each chain may be extended or helically coiled along its length. I have already shown you the picture of fibrous protein. It may be extended structure, or it can be coiled like structure. Now the peptide chains may be sometimes united by means of cross linkages. So what do you mean by cross linkages? Like this, the linkages between one amino acid and another amino acid, it may be present. So that is the cross linkages are there to unite the peptide chains. Particularly that cross linkage is made up of two sulfur molecule. Two sulfur molecule. So that type of linkage is called disulfide linkage, or it is known as disulfide bond. So keep this in your mind. Next, we are going to see the examples of fibrous protein. Basically, fibrous protein, the common example which we see is keratin, which is found in the skin, hair, etc. And fibrinogen, the clotting factor, is also the example of fibrous protein. And muscle proteins like actin, myosin, actomycin. So these are all the fibrous protein का best example है. Now let's see the next thing, the internal structure of the protein. Now let's see the internal structure of this protein. Before that, I want to explain to you about the globular protein also. I think it was not made in the next class. The globular protein I will explain to you. Now let us see the internal structure of the protein. Now basically the internal structure, when you speak about the internal structure of the protein, it is having the following details. The internal structure, protein internal structure is having the following details. First one is, you want to see the overall quantitative amino acid. So her protein may बहुत सारा amino acid present है. Sometimes there will be single amino acid, or there may be many amino acid present. So when you see the internal structure, you want to see the four things. First one is the quantitative amino acid composition. So how many amount of amino acids present? There may be many multi amino acids present in a single protein, or single type of amino acid may be present in a protein. The second thing, what you want to see, the second thing which you want to see here, you want to see basically that number of peptide chain. So number of peptide chain you must focus. So what is that number of peptide chain? Number of peptide chain, I already told you there may be multiple peptide chain may be present. There may be multiple peptide chain may be present. The third one which you want to see is number of amino acids in the peptide chain. So basically two types you want to focus. One is the number of amino acid which is present in the protein, and the number of amino acid which is present in the peptide chain also you want to see. The fourth thing, the forces involved in holding the chain. So this, for example, some kind of force is needed to join these peptides. So some kind of protein is needed to join this peptide. So what type of force is present in the protein which is linking the peptide bond? That also you need to see. Now the protein molecule is composed of several amino acids. I already told you the protein molecule is composed of several amino acids. The protein molecule is comprises of several amino acids. What are the different types? These amino acids are linked together by peptide linkage, and this amino acid composition can be determined by special analytical procedure. वो क्या होता है? Like what type of amino acid is present? What type of amino acid is present in that protein? That can be identified. How we can identify? By use of some special technique, special analytical procedure. Now let us see the peptide linkage. This is very, very important. You want to know the peptide linkage which is present. So this peptide linkage, basically it is a complex protein molecule. Any complex protein molecule can be considered to be a large polypeptide containing several peptides. Okay, so any complex protein. So basically the protein can be divided into simple protein, complex protein. So any complex protein is made up of large polypeptide chain, which is made up of several peptides. So single peptide, when we have many peptides, that is called polypeptide. Okay, so which in turn are composed of amino acids, So these all peptides join together. And it is forming making a amino acid. These all peptides, say from the single peptide, it all joined together and it is forming It is forming a amino acid. So you can see the example here. This alanine is one amino acid, serine is one amino acid, and this alanine and serine joins together, and there is a reaction takes place. The bond. Okay, this is a best example for peptide linkage. The peptide linkage, you can see this is the peptide linkage which is formed between two amino acid, one amino acid alanine and another amino acid serine. So between these two amino acid, क्या होता है? There is a bond. That bond is called peptide linkage. That peptide linkage is present between OH, that is hydroxy group of one amino acid, and hydrogen group of another amino acid. So you can understand that this C I will tell you very clearly. So you see here, you can see that this is carboxyl group, COOH, carboxyl group, and here amino group is present, NH. So between this there is a bond. So that is the best example for peptide linkage. So hope you understand in the exam. So you can write this example. Alanine combines with serine and a bond is occurring in between the carboxyl group of alanine and the serine amino group. In the amine group, we are getting a new amino acid called alanine serine. So this example you must give in the exam. Now let's see the what are the biologically important peptides. What are the biologically important peptides. Some of the biologically important peptides which we know are glutathione, which we know are glutathione, and the second one is bradykinin, and the third one is calidin. So these are the what are the common peptides? The common peptides like glutathione, bradykinin, calidin. Now, this bradykinin and calidin are smooth. It is a potent smooth muscle hypotensive agents. So, when our smooth muscle undergoes any kind of tension, muscular tension, this peptides like bradykinin and calidin helps to relieve that muscular tension so that this particular muscle which undergone hypertensive will become normal. And this is liberated, like what will happen, the hypotensive agents liberated from specific plasma proteins by treatment with proteolytic enzyme like trypsin or snake venom. So basically, this bradykinin and calidin, which is a smooth muscle hypotensive agent, basically it is liberated from the specific type of plasma protein. So from where we are getting this bradykinin and calidin, we are getting from the specific plasma protein, which are commonly used as a proteolytic trypsin enzyme in the snake venom. The basic example is snake venom. From the snake venom, we are extracting this peptide, this peptide. Okay, so this is biologically important peptide. So the next thing which you want to see, what kind of linkages commonly present in the protein. Basically, this question was asked by our student Neha. In the previous question, Neha has seen in the previous question paper. So what she has seen, she asked to me, sir, what kind of bonds present in the protein? So for her, I am bringing this question answer here. Basically, the protein is made up of three types of bonds. But in a single protein, there may be all three bonds may not be present. So based on the particular quality nature of the protein, the bonds will be present. First one is the polypeptide chains. Basically, the polypeptide chains are held and it is maintained in position within the protein molecule by various kinds of bonds. There are different kinds of bonds present in a polypeptide chains. So what are the types of bond? First type of bond is disulfide bond. The first type of bond is disulfide bond. This bond is very important, which interconnects two parallel peptide chains. Two parallel peptide chains means the peptide chains which is having similar structure are joined together with the help of disulfide bond, and it is formed between two cysteine residues of the adjacent chain. So disulfide bond, from where it is produced? From the cysteine, that is from the residue, that is two cysteine residues of the adjacent chain. Cysteine is one kind of amino acid. So the residue, the substance which is produced from the cysteine, so from that the disulfide bond emerges. A good example, which substance which we know very well, insulin. For diabetes patient, we are giving insulin drug. This insulin is made up of, insulin is basically it is a protein. It is a hormone and it is a protein, and it is made up of, this is CH2. What is CH2? And yes, this is disulfide bond. This is disulfide bond. I am showing you the disulfide bond. This is disulfide bond. So this is the structure of insulin. This is the structure of insulin. So best example for disulfide bond is insulin. So in the chemical structure of the insulin, what you are seeing here, you are seeing here the disulfide bond. Now let's move on to the second type of bond which is present in the protein. The second type of bond is hydrogen bond. it is another major force. The hydrogen bond is very strong and it holds and maintains the structure of protein. The structure of protein is maintained with the help of a strong bond called hydrogen bond. The peptide chains are held together in a coiled shape. The peptide chains are held together by a coiled shape by these hydrogen bonds. The coiled structure of the protein is because of the hydrogen bond only. So this hydrogen bond, where it is formed, this hydrogen bond is formed between the hydrogen atom. It is formed between the hydrogen atom of the amino, that is amine, and it is formed between the oxygen of, that is oxygen of carbon monoxide. It is carbon dioxide in the but particular peptide linkage. You can see the example here. So where it is present, I told you this hydrogen bond is commonly present in this area. For example, now you can see the hydrogen bond in this diagram. The hydrogen bond I am showing you, it is present between the NH. I already told you it is present between the NH and this particular oxygen. This is the oxygen which is present. See double bond O. So between these two area, in this area, we are having a bond. That bond is called hydrogen bond. So in this particular substance, we are having three hydrogen bond. So we are having three hydrogen bond is present. So you are having one hydrogen bond here and second hydrogen bond is present here and the third hydrogen bond is present here. So in a peptide molecule, in a protein molecule, there may be many numbers based on the size of the protein. There may be many hydrogen bonds can be present. So disulfide bond example is that insulin. For hydrogen bond, you can draw this chemical structure as example and you can write it. And what is the third type of bond present in the protein? The third type of bond present is salt linkages. Salt linkages are the third type of protein present here. So these salt linkages are formed between the carboxyl group of one chain and the amino group of the adjacent chain. So carboxyl group in the one substances and the amino group of the another substances join together with the help of the linkage. That linkage is called as salt linkage. That linkage is called as salt linkages. Salt linkage also known as salt bridges. Salt bridges are formed by the action of an, it is how it is formed. It is formed by the action of an acid group and a basic group. How it is formed? It is formed by the action. It is formed by the action of an acid group and a basic group in the case of lysine. For example, when we take the example lysine, basically the salt linkage is formed between one acid group and one basic group. I told you, if you take this example lysine, so lysine possesses an additional amino group. Lysine has one additional amino group. And in case of glutamic acid, if you see this glutamic acid, which possesses an additional carboxyl group. So when there is when these two substances like lysine joins with glutamic acid, the salt linkages will unite two adjacent peptide chains. Will unite two adjacent peptide chain. I will show you this in the example in the next slide. So salt linkage from where it is formed, just keep in mind, it is formed between the acid group of and a basic group. The best example given is in case of lysine, which is having one amino group, and in case of glutamic acid, which possesses one carboxyl group, this carboxyl COOH, and that is basic, and NH2. I mean, that is acidic in nature. So when these two join together, what we are going to get? We are going to get a salt linkage. So you can see this example. This is another example, glutamic acid, and we are having aspartic acid. So the salt linkage, this is the salt linkage which is formed between two substances. So in the exam, you can, this is a peptide chain. This is a peptide chain. There are two types of peptide chain. And in one peptide chain, we are having a glutamic acid. In another peptide chain, there is aspartic acid. So when these two are joined together with the help of in the presence of magnesium ion, salt linkages are developed. Salt linkages are developed. So keep in mind, the peptide chains are made up of three types of bond basically. First type is disulfide bond. The common example you want to give in the exam, that is insulin. This is the disulfide bond. When you speak about the hydrogen bond, please draw this chemical structure and explain there are three types of three hydrogen bond in this peptide chain. And when you speak about the salt linkage, keep in mind the salt linkage commonly produced by from the joining of one acidic group and a basic group. The example, actually the example which I given here is different from the example which I have given in the, for example, the example which I have given in the diagram. In the diagram, I have given aspartic acid and glutamic acid. So this is about the protein structure. So fibrous protein we have seen. The globular protein, actually the slide is missing. Tomorrow when we are starting a new topic, I will explain. Tomorrow no class, we will have the class on Monday. So on Monday, first I will explain to you about the this one globular protein. After globular protein, next we will start with other topic in the protein unit. So hope you understood about the, so the summary, just I want to give you the summary and I will finish it. So basically keep in mind, so what you want to keep in mind, basically the protein structure discussed under two heading. One is shape of the protein molecule, another one is internal structure of the protein. So the shape of the protein, basically we have two types. The shape of the protein can be identified in various techniques like birefringence, X-ray diffraction, and electron microscopy. And there are two types of protein, fibrous protein and globular protein. And in the exam, you draw this diagram. This is how fibrous protein looks like. And this is globular protein. So fibrous protein is very simple in structure, whereas the globular protein is coiled shape and it is very complex in structure. And fibrous protein basically insoluble in water, and it have elongated polypeptide chain, and it is extended helically. So these things all you keep in mind. And now finally, what I want to tell you, examples are keratin, which is found in the hair, skin, etc. Fibrinogen, muscle protein are examples. So internal structure, so these 4 points you must keep in mind. The peptide linkages. So best example I told you, alanine serine, where the bond occurs and it becomes alanine serine. So biologically important proteins, glutathione, bradykinin, caladin, and from where we are getting this glutathione, bradykinin and caladin I have explained. Example, snake venom. So the bond we have seen. So now we have completed this topic. Globular protein I will teach you in the next class. Now it is open for discussion. If you have any doubt, you can ask now. किसी को डाउट है बेटा?
नो सर।
समझ गया बेटा? सबको समझ गया? सारे सोएंगे?
सर।
अच्छा, ब्रेकफास्ट अच्छा था सुबह?
नो सर।
नो ब्रेकफास्ट, फिर आवाज नहीं है। Okay.
Associated
Very
content.
good. This slide I will post in my Google Classroom. The video also I will post. So यूरिया साइकिल उस दिन समझ गया, सारे देखा यूरिया साइकिल हिंदी वीडियो में. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
very good. So hope you will understand urea cycle, and protein chapter will be easy. Next week I will complete the protein chapter. उसके बाद सारा revision classes मेरा, ठीक है? Old question paper we will revise.
Okay, sir.
Okay बेटा,
Okay.
take care सबको. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Take care.